Hi friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today I am going to be showing you how to make this easy chevron stitch shawl. I absolutely love this shawl. I made it with Lion Brand's Mandala in Dragon and Lion Brand's Woolies DK in Cream. For today's video tutorial, I will be showing you how to create this easy chevron stitch shawl. I will explain to you the multiple. I will show you how to change colors. I am even going to show you a really super simple, quick way to make sure that you start all of your mandala cakes at the same point throughout the pattern, so that this way your color transitions are perfect. Okay, so before we start today's video tutorial, I am going to show you how to make sure that you start within the same point on your mandala cakes, so that this way your easy chevron shawl has the same color repeat throughout. All right, so here I have these two cakes of Lion Brand Mandala. Now, same colorway, but the repeat in here starts at a different point. Let's say that I've been working with this cake, right? And so I started with the green. The green is not in the center on this one. It's right about here, okay? So say I've finished up with this cake, right? So I started with the green, and then if you could see on the outside of this cake, I still have some more green and what looks to be like the very beginning of the transition into yellow, okay? So here is where we would finish off on this cake if we were working from the center, right? What I need to do is figure out how to get to the green over here. So I'm gonna remove my sleeve, and I'm gonna come and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna find my green, right? So looking here, I could see that I would just be starting to transition into yellow. So what I need to do is I need to get rid of all of this to get to the green. And really what I want to get to is the beginning of the yellow. So what's nice is these cakes are wrapped nice and tight, okay? So they're pretty sturdy. So here's what we have to do. We're going to kind of pull the color, right? See how I'm just kind of peeling it apart until I could see, oh, here is the separation of the color, right? Now, it's tempting to just kind of grab and pull. Do not do that. Do not grab and pull. We are going to kind of work our way around in this color transition, right? We're going to work to separate this, and we're going to kind of pinch this down, okay? So pinch, 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 right? We're going to try to work this whole centerpiece of this cake up and out without making a gigantic yarn barf, okay? So like I'm just kind of working this down, right? Work this down, right? Here we go. It's coming out. See how it's coming out, right? But everything is still kind of nice and neat, okay? So let's just make sure you keep a hand on that. Make sure you're not pulling any parts of the cake and, like, you know, getting any of these caught so that we end up with a yarn barf. Keep going, and then slowly you just kind of can start to work out this entire section of color, and bam, look at that, okay? And so right here, now I can kind of match this up. So then what I'll do, right, we're saying right about here should be good. So I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna cut, wrap up around here, tuck this in, because we don't want this to unwind. And now, look at that. Now I could take this end, right? And I could tie it into whatever project I was working on this skein with, right? I've worked through this entire skein. And look at that. Okay, here's the end of it. I've worked through it. Pretend this is gone. Take this and tie it right in. That's it. And then you keep going, until you get to the end here. And then you would pick up the center that you pulled out, find the center, right? I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not going to work with this, but you'd find the center and just start working, and then bam, again, you would end on the green just the way that you ended on the green here. And all right, so now that we've done that, I hope that that made things easy, and we will now start with the tutorial to learn how to do the chevron stitch for this pattern. For today's video tutorial, you are going to need a 4mm crochet hook, and you will need 2 colors of DK weight yarn. Now I am using Lion Brand Mandala. This is the color Sandman. The shawl that I made is using Dragon. And then I will also be using Lion Brand's Woolies DK in taupe. In the pattern, I use cream, but this is going to be easier for you to see on camera. Just a couple of notes on this pattern. So this is a half double crochet chevron stitch pattern. The multiple on this chevron crochet stitch pattern is 16 plus 2. I do use a stacked single crochet at the beginning of my rows. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you would prefer, you can use a chain 2 and then you would have to place 2 half double crochet in that first stitch. But in today's tutorial, what I like to do is use a stacked single crochet and then my half double crochet. Oh, see, look at how blown out that cream is. That's exactly why I'm using taupe today. So by doing that, I feel like you get a nicer straight edge. You do not have to do that if you're not comfortable with it, but I'm going to show you how to be doing this pattern using a stacked single crochet. I will also show you how I change colors. We will be changing them at the end of rows, so it's super simple, but again, I will just run through that with you quick in case you are an absolute beginner and you need a little bit of help with that. That's kind of all my notes that I have for you on this pattern, so let's get started. To get started, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to create a slip knot. I'm going to place my slip knot on my hook and I'm going to pull this tight. I am now going to create 34 chain stitches, since 34 is a multiple of 16 plus 2 more stitches. So here I have my 34 chain stitches. If you are following along in the pattern, you are going to be doing a starting chain of 98. And once you have your chains, we are now going to move on to the row 1 instructions. So to begin row 1, we are going to place 2 half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. So to count the second chain, I'm going to count over 1, 2, and then I like to use my back bump. So I'm going to flip this over here and you can see all these back bumps along the back of the chain. This is the top of the chain. This is the back. So I'm going to place 2 half double crochet in that second chain using the back bump. And then to begin the repeat for row 1, I am going to place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 chain stitches. So that's my 7 half double crochet. Then what we have to do is skip the next chain and then place another 7 half double crochet. So skip this next chain and then starting in the next one, place a half double crochet and repeat that 6 more times for a total of 7. So that completes my next 7 half double crochet. So you could see by skipping that chain, it kind of brings this point down. So then the next part of our repeat in this next chain stitch, we are going to place 3 half double crochets. So that is essentially creating an increase. So right here in this next chain, we're going to place 3 half double crochet. So then now again, you could see because we skipped this chain, we've got this point, and now that we have these 3, it's going to bring it back down. So that is the repeat for the pattern. So I'm going to repeat that again and place a half double crochet in each next chain stitch. So now I'm going to place 1 half double crochet in 7 of the next chain stitches. Now that I've completed those 7 half double crochet, I'm going to skip the next chain and then I will place a half double crochet again in each of the next 7 chain stitches. So now where I have reached the last chain in the pattern, if you had more chains, you would continue with the repeat. However, because we just have this 1 chain left, the end of row 1 will tell you that instead of placing 3 half double crochet, you are only going to place 2 half double crochet. And that's what's going to be what helps keep the edge of this chevron stitch pattern nice and straight. So again, instead of 3, you're going to place 2, and that's noted in the pattern. So that completes row 1, and you could see just in that short amount of stitches, we've got the chevron already starting to form. So now moving on to row 2, we are going to turn, and we will place a stacked single crochet and half double crochet in the first stitch. Now you are more than welcome to chain 2 and place 2 half double crochet in the first stitch, but I prefer the stacked single crochet because I think it creates a nicer edge. So let me show you how to do a stacked single crochet. To do a stacked single crochet, I am not going to chain 1. I'm going to insert my hook into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both, just as you would for a regular single crochet. Now to stack it, on your single crochet, you have these 2 front bars. Using this second bar, I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. And that's essentially stacking 2 single crochets on top of each other. You can continue that and use that in so many other patterns. If this was going to be double crochet, you could do that a 3rd time. If it was going to be trebles, you could do it a 4th time. You can use that in so many different ways. It's such a great trick, but that is called a stacked single crochet. Now what I will do is, again, in that same stitch, place my next half double crochet. So then, to begin the repeat for row 2, what we are going to do is place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 half double crochet stitches. Then we are going to skip the next 2 stitches. So we will skip 1, 2, and then we are going to half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So you could see here, because we skipped those 2, this is really starting to form that point. Now be mindful that first row, you're only skipping 1 chain here, but when you get into the row 2 repeat, you're skipping 2 stitches. So here you only skip 1, here you have to skip 2. After we complete these 7, in this next stitch here, we are going to place 3 half double crochet for an increase to bring this point back down. And then that will complete the repeat for row 2. So again, what I'm going to do to continue down this side is I will place 7 half double crochet, 1 in each of the next 7 stitches. After I complete those 7, I'm going to skip my next 2 stitches, so 1, 2, and then I will place 7 more half double crochet, so 1 in each of the next 7 stitches. Now if I still had more stitches, I would place my 3 half double crochet and then 7 again and continue creating this chevron repeat. But because I have reached the end of row 2, instead of 3 half double crochet, the row repeat instructions tell you to place 2 half double crochet in that final stitch. So you can see here, it is really forming that chevron. So now row 2 is what you repeat throughout the entirety of this pattern. So let's do it again one more time, just really quickly. So I'm going to turn, place a stacked single crochet in this first stitch, then place a half double crochet again in that first stitch. Then I'm going to place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, skip 2 stitches, place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, place 3 half double crochet in the next stitch, place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, skip 2 half double crochet stitches, and then place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. You then keep repeating that same set of instructions within your row repeat until you have 1 stitch remaining, where you will place 2 half double crochet instead of 3 half double crochet. That then completes another row 2 repeat. So that is the entire chevron stitch. It is that easy. Now on the pattern that I'm doing this tutorial for, I change my colors. So after every 5 rows of my color, I change colors for that 6th row to be cream. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I change colors so that this way you could see how I keep the nice clean edge along the side of my easy chevron shawl. So let me show you how I change my colors. So I just completed my last stitch here for this color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut so that this way this will be the tail that I have to weave in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull out this last stitch that I made. I'm going to put my hook back in and I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, and pull up 1 loop. So that is a partially created half double crochet. I am then going to drop this color and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my other color, which I'm using Woolies DK in taupe because that's going to pop a little bit more for you guys instead of using cream like I used in my shawl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my next color that I want to add in, right? So I have this partially completed half double crochet. I'm going to take taupe and I'm going to place that over my hook, right? So I'm going to hold down the tail for the other color that I'm dropping just so that it doesn't pull. And I'm going to pull through all of my loops to complete my half double crochet with my next color, okay? Then what I'll do is I'll grab the tail of my next color and then I have the tail of the color that I dropped and I'm going to bring those down here and I'm just going to kind of pinch them really good so that nothing slides around. Now what I'll do is, following the row 2 repeat, I'm going to turn, and using my next color, what I will do is complete that next row. So I'm making sure to kind of pinch these tails so that nothing's sliding around on me, and I'm going to start by creating my first stacked single crochet using this next color. Again, I've got these tails kind of pinched here so nothing slides around. I'll make my half double crochet again in that same stitch, and then I'll continue the repeat with my 7 half double crochet over the next 7 stitches. And then I'll just continue my way along, making the next row in my pattern using a different color. And it's just that simple to change colors. So you can change colors as much as you want throughout this pattern. Like I said earlier, I have this pattern set up where I do 5 of my color A, and then I do 1 of color B. I think that actually works out really well with the mandala because the color blocks actually seem to not get split up too much within that 5-row repeat. But again, whatever you're using, if you're doing this as a scrap yarn project, or if you're, using mandala or you're using solids, doesn't really matter. But I find it nice to be able to kind of break up the chevron stitch using color changing yarn paired with another solid. It's just nice. It's a nice contrast. All right guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope that today's video tutorial was helpful. I hope that you really loved making this chevron stitch shawl with me. As always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so that this way you never miss any free patterns, video tutorials, and just all around yarny goodness.